A good day to each and everyone. This is Renzal Trixsha studying in Negros Oriental State University in the College of Arts and Sciences Journalism and Bachelor of Mass Communication Department. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you all about water resources and water pollution. So please stay tuned. The outline of this presentation are sustainable use of fresh water, water pollution, point source and non-point source, and lastly, preventing water pollution. The objectives for this discussion: number 1, to learn more about the benefits of fresh water sustainably and how to maintain it. Number 2, to know the different types of water pollution. And number 3, to spread awareness of how to save Mother Earth. So please, reuse, reduce, and recycle. So let's start our introduction for this discussion with the first presentation outline, which is the sustainable use of fresh water. Have you ever thought what sustainable fresh water means and how to achieve sustainable fresh water? Then let's find out. Sustainable use of fresh water management. It means the ability to meet the water needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to do the same. Now let's go on. How to achieve sustainable use of fresh water and what are the benefits of considering sustainability during the infrastructure planning. Now, sustainable fresh water, it requires a multidisciplinary and holistic approach. Technical, environmental, economic, landscape, aesthetic, societal, and cultural issues are addressed. The benefits of considering sustainability during infrastructure planning, according to the Environmental Protection Agency or EPA in the U.S., realizing consistency across range of alternatives that addresses both utility and community goals and enhancing the long-term technical, financial, and managerial capacity of the utility. As discussed, freshwater sustainability had given us a lot of benefits, right? Now for us to continuously receive those benefits, we have to prevent water pollution. Our next presentation outline would be what is water pollution and all about how to prevent freshwater sustainability to fall out. Water pollution is a toxic water that cannot be drunk or used for essential purposes like agriculture. Also causes diseases like diarrhea, cholera, dysentery, typhoid, and poliomyelitis. The main water pollutants include bacteria, viruses, parasites, fertilizers, pesticides, pharmaceutical products, nitrates, phosphates, plastics, fecal waste, and even radioactive substances. Now, what are the main causes of water pollution? First, we have global warming. The rising global temperatures caused by CO2 emissions hit the water, reducing its oxygen content. Number 2, we have deforestation. Felling forests can exhaust water resources and generate organic residue, which becomes a breeding ground for harmful bacteria. Third, we have industry, agriculture, and livestock farming. Chemical dumping from these sectors is one of the main causes of eutrophication of water. Fourth, we have rubbish and fecal water dumping. The UN says that more than 80% of the world's sewage find its way into seas and rivers untreated. Fifth, we have maritime traffic. Much of the plastic pollution in the ocean comes from fishing boats, tankers, and cargo shipping. Sixth, fuel spillages. The transportation of storage of oil and its derivatives is subject to leakage that pollutes our water resources. This must stop. Now let's go on of what are the effects of water pollution. Now the effects of water pollution, it deteriorates water quality, damaging the environment, health conditions, and the global economy. Now let's go on for the consequences of water pollution. First, we have destruction of biodiversity. Now, water pollution depletes aquatic ecosystems and triggered unbridled proliferation of phytoplankton and lake acidification. Second, the contamination of the food chain. Fishing in polluted waters and the use of water waste for livestock farming and agriculture can introduce toxins into food which are harmful to our health when eaten. Third, lack of potable water. Rising global temperatures caused by CO2 emissions heat the water, reducing its oxygen content. Fourth, we have disease. The WHO estimates that about 2 billion people have no option but to drink water contaminated by excrement, exposing them to diseases such as cholera, hepatitis A, and dysentery. And lastly, infant mortality, which is our fifth. So according to the UN, diarrheal diseases linked to lack of hygiene cause the death of about 1,000 children a day worldwide. This is so sad. Now we have to prevent water pollution to prevent this causes and consequences that may cause us harm. Now, the two types of pollution, which is point source. Point source pollutants in surface water and groundwater are usually found in the plume that has the highest concentrations of the pollutant nearest the source, such as the end of pipe or underground injection system, and diminishing concentrations farther away from the source. The various types of point source pollutants found in waters are as varied as the types of business, industry, agricultural, and urban sources that produce them. Second, the non-point source. Non-point source pollution occurs as water moves across the land or through the ground and picks up natural and human-made pollutants, which can be deposited in lakes, rivers, wetlands, coastal waters, and even groundwaters. It is usually found spread out throughout a large area. It is often difficult to trace the exact origin of these pollutants because they result from a wide variety of human activities on the land. Now stay tuned, folks, because this is our last presentation outline for today. Our last presentation would be prevention of water pollution. Now, half of the world's inhabitants will live in water-scarce areas by 2025. So every drop of polluted water today is an irreparable loss for tomorrow. That's why we must prevent water pollution with measures like the following. How to prevent water pollution? First, reduce CO2 emissions, prevent global warming and acidification of oceans. Second, reduce the use of chemical pesticides and nutrients on crops. Third, reduce and safely treat wastewater so that as well as not polluting, it can be reused for irrigation and energy production. Fourth, restrict the use of single-use plastics that end up floating in rivers, lakes, and oceans, many as microplastic. And lastly, encourage sustainable fishing to ensure the survival of species and avoid depletion of the seas. Thank you for watching. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. I hoped in this discussion that you learned a lot from knowing what is the fresh sustainable water means and how to achieve it and its benefits and how to prevent water pollution and what is the reason for water pollution. And again, this is Trixsha Renzal, studying in Negros Oriental State University, College of Arts and Sciences, Bachelor of Mass Communication. This is Intro to Graphics and Photojournalism, class under Mr. Sami Kayat, PhD. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.